Hello, welcome to the Matthew Allton Art channel again. I'm going to do a portrait today. I'm going to start by doing a sketch. I've been doing lots of pencil portraits since starting the channel, but I'm going to try and do a gouache painting. I'm going to start with the sketch, as I say, just to lay things out accurately. I've been doing a lot of older faces with lots of lines on them. I've got an interesting young man's face to do today with quite angular jaw and face. So let's see how we get on. This sketch doesn't have to be particularly shaded or show the actual form of the head. It's just about laying out where everything is accurately, because of course it will be covered with paints as I start. So it's a bit different to the pencil portraits that I've been doing in the recent videos, where the shading has to be accurate and describe the form. It's just about laying out where everything is accurately or fairly accurately on the paper. Well, that's the sketch done. Well, as much as I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to use these Arteza Gouache Paints, set of 24, all different colours. I'm not used to doing the figure in gouache, so this could be a disaster. I always say that before I start, I know, and often it is, sometimes it's not. If you want these paints, I recommend them. I'll leave a link to them in the description of the video at the bottom. You can go to Amazon and buy them. Okay, just mix some colours and then we'll get started. I'm starting here by just trying to cover the white of the paper. It's a bit of a problem for me if I don't generally. I find it difficult to judge tones properly. So I've gone over the whole of the flesh area of the model with a sort of flesh coloured tone. And now I'm just going around the background again to get rid of that white paper. Bizarrely then I'm trying to add highlights. Most people would start by doing the darker areas of the face, I would think, really. I soon realised that the highlights perhaps aren't the way to go, and start adding some of the shading on the face. That white hair is sort of distracting me from the tonal values, so I'm now covering with the general sort of brown that the model has in the photograph that I'm using. It's just a photograph from Pinterest, I think I found as a reference. I'm actually drawing at this point, which isn't the thing to do at all. So you can see I'm drawing the shape of the eyes first. It's not at all how you paint. It's because, of course, I've been drawing portraits recently with pencil, so I'm sort of muscle memorying how I've gone about this in the past with pencil, in the recent past with pencil. Starting to get a bit more painterly now, but I'm struggling because I'm not used to painting at this point, I think, really. because I started my sort of art career in watercolour, I sometimes get a bit confused with gouache paints. So I sort of get confused between the opacity of them and the transparency of watercolour. So I'm not liking this painting at this point, and I'm sort of thinking of abandoning it because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm putting sort of white chalky paint over the top to get highlights, and then going back with some of the darker shadow colours. So you can see I'm sort of making it quite chalky at this point, but I do persevere with it. And of course I'm not going to do a perfect gouache portrait. I watch a lot of people on YouTube doing gouache portraits, and I'm amazed how good they are. But this is the first, well, pretty much the first portrait painting I've done for years, and of course I've been very much used to doing sketching with a pencil, so it isn't a particularly brilliant painting. But this channel is all about learning sort of and watching back what I'm doing to learn from it, and maybe other people might find it interesting to learn from it as well. So I do continue on with it, struggling with chalky sort of highlights and darker shading, and by the end, you know, it's a representation of the model that I was painting from the photograph that I was painting. It's not brilliant, but I'm glad I persevered with it. Maybe the next one will be better, and that's the point. Practice hopefully will improve my gouache painting and drawing in general. Well, this is the final sketch. It took about an hour and a quarter in total, with the quick pencil sketch at the beginning and then the painting afterwards. I'm not too unhappy with it. It sort of half looks like the model that I drew. Obviously, I will improve and get things better as I do more of this sort of thing. Thank you very much for watching again. I'm not far off 100 subscribers, which is great. I've only been doing this for just over, is it 2 months or just over 2 months? So thank you for all of those of you that have subscribed. If you haven't yet subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to grow those numbers and help the channel. I've put a link in the description for the gouache paints, the Arteza gouache paints that I used here. They're really good. There's also a link for the mechanical pencils. As usual, I've put that on most of my videos so far. If you go to Amazon through those links, I'll get a very tiny cut from that sale. So that again helped the channel. Thanks for watching then. Do comment so that I can learn from you and learn what you'd like to see on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much. Bye.